Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for my client Isaac's vlog. And again, Isaac's training is slightly different than some of my other guys. Always a reminder, he trains 3 days a week. I kind of laughed because someone said, well, he trains lower body twice and upper body only once. It's like, no. It's basically a squat, bench, deadlift day. So it's basically a legs, a push, and then a pull. So the deadlift day is a mix of upper and lower body because he does obviously deadlifts, he does pull-ups, curls, all that. The push day, we do all of his benching and overhead pressing. Now, starting off the squat day, this is his 1+ week, working off a 95% training max. And God, he got something like 6 reps on the squat. Everything was 6 to 8 reps, by the way. All of his lifts. Now, that being said, he's bulking, number one. Number two, we've increased his training volumes. He is a lifter who comes from a very, very low volume training background, right? He's lifted heavy with very low volumes and doing a little bit of fluff work for things like arms and delts so that he can kind of get that look. As you guys notice, again, like his page is called, like powerlifting aesthetics. And again, a reminder, if you go look at any of his stuff, he has been shredded before. And a side note, we laughed and laughed because, we've said that. And then, people were like, he made those sort of gains without bulking or cutting. And it's just like, no, nobody does that. It doesn't work that way. He did, like 6 or 7 or 8 bulks and cuts, just like everyone else. Again, you guys need to lose this crazy, insane idea of this main gaining or fat-free bulking and fat-free gains and stuff. Look, that does not work without heavy doses of gear. Okay, it doesn't work. It's a con. It's people ripping you off. It's not true. These people are con men. And I'm not going to name names because I'm not starting drama, but you guys know who they are on the tubes. Okay? Doesn't work. So, what does his training look like on squat day? We ramp up, 3 sets ramping up to a heavy peak set, which was, I believe, like 350 for 6 just now. Then he does 5x10 back squats, and then we do, 5 sets of glute ham raises. That's his leg day. Now, again, I get some people who are like, that doesn't seem like very much. It's 8 work sets of squats and 5 sets of glute ham raises. It's a lot. It's actually, for drug-free people, you start counting up all the reps and the work, that's actually pretty significant, especially considering there's built-in progression into those peak sets. Right? And then we have a separate deadlift day that works legs. All right. Upper body. Press day. We did bench. He did real good. Real good this week. Let me check his numbers here. He got 8 reps on the bench. 8 reps on the bench. And I want to say this is like 260. Right? Am I doing the math right? I believe 260 pounds. He got 8 reps. Now, we did get on it that he didn't pause all of them. It's like, okay, we got to pause a little better. But 260 for 8, even if a lot of them are softer touch and go, at least they're not bouncing. It's not bad. Not bad at all. He's making progress. For context, he's basically a 315 bencher. Right? 315, going up. His bench has been going up, by the way. Remember, those training maxes that you see at the bottom are not true maxes. This is the training maxes we program off of. Overhead press, I think he got 6. Here's his peak set. I believe he got 6 reps today. Again, at 95% of his training max. All right? He's a strong presser. I mean, he's a 200-pound overhead presser. Getting stronger. He's going to press 225. Right? He's going to be a 2-plate per side presser sooner rather than later. Okay, and that's a goal that he set. Some of his goals, that he gave me were basically, he's like, I want to get to a 225 press, a 350 bench, a 500 squat, and a 600 deadlift drug free. And I don't mind gaining some body fat to do it because I can always cut later. Because he knows how to cut. He's been like 7% body fat before. In the last couple of years. He knows how to cut. Not worried about it. And that's what we have to get through to a lot of you kids. Okay, yeah, he's not shredded right now, but you can't say that he doesn't look good. Okay, for those of you guys who worry about that, are you really going to say this guy doesn't look jacked? Right? Come on. Especially for a natty. Especially for a natty. And he's got years and years of progress he can still make. So here's the thing. He gets to those numbers, how much bigger is he going to be? Then if he cuts again, right? He cuts again, then how's he going to look? You can always cut, and then you can regain the strength that you lost from the cut if you're smart about all of it. So you can bulk, and a lot of guys forget that. You can bulk up to 220 pounds over time, gain a little fluff, get strong. You can drop to 195 later, trim down, and then rebuild that strength back up without being 220 again oftentimes. You do it at a lighter body weight after the cut, because again, muscle memory. So what does he do here? We do the peak set of bench, peak set of overhead press, and we do 5 sets of benching for volume, 5 sets of overhead press. And he does dumbbell tricep extensions right now. Right? Then we have deadlift day. You got 405 for 8 reps. Now this is still his ramp up. This is a triple. Get over here, 405, 8 reps. All right, we're getting pretty respectable now, right? How many of you guys out there, when I say, oh, getting to a 405 is kind of your base novice standard, right? This guy's been training a few years. He can chime in. Isaac, what has it been? You have about 5 years under pretty serious training, about 5 years. 405 for 8. All right, is a non-fat natty. All right, we're getting respectable. Can't hate on that. You really can't. And it doesn't matter that guys are like, but you've done a lot more. Yeah, but that's me. Just because I've done something doesn't mean something less isn't impressive. Now, granted, no one's impressed by my bench press. So, okay, if you bench less than me, it's probably not impressive. But squatting and deadlifting, you don't have to be at my level to have a really, really good squat and a deadlift that you should be proud of. It doesn't matter that I did 500 for 11 the other day, or I did 525 for 8, doesn't matter. 405 for 8, respectable. And he's going up. And you guys could plug that in. That means his deadlift's past 500 now. Okay, that's a good strength base. All right, that's a real good strength base. Actually, we come over to, what is that number that I have? What do I have? What do we have for the Big 5 standard? Isaac is at the Big 5 strength standard. And what do I tell you guys that standard is? If you can reach that standard, and remember, it's a pass-fail. It's not 3 out of 5. It is you either can do the 5 or you can't. Okay, he can do the 5. What is the rule? If you can hit the Big 5 strength standard as a natty, you're going to look like you lift. You're going to look pretty big top to bottom. People are going to be able to tell that you lift walking down the street in clothes. All right. This guy is right at the Big Five strength standard. He has just barely kind of reached it by a small margin. This is a textbook example. Okay, he looks like he lifts. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.